it's Brandon from Kickstart here, and I'm going to be diving into how to find the right product for your brand, what things to look for, things to consider, as well as taking my experience in Amazon PPC and giving you an idea of things to consider in the product so that you have the best chance of having the PPC succeed when you run that when the product launches. So first I'm going to be showing you some tools here for when launching and looking into products when you don't have any software. So this is some of the free things you can do. And I don't recommend garlic presses because, just off the bat, it's quite a low-priced product. It's not going to be much margin, but it's a good example. So first of all, what you want to do is go into a listing, and then you can find the BSR. So you can do this for any product. So home and kitchen, any kind of category. You can find out what are the best performing products in the niche. Say, this is $5. So this niche tells me already 12,000 reviews, 33,000. This is not going to be a niche that you want to get into. It's hyper competitive. There's too much competition here. Prices have been driven way too low. So you're going to find there's a lot of people that are selling from overseas, maybe shipping from cheaper locations, not necessarily taking in those FBA fees as you might be doing. Most Amazon sellers are using FBA, and that's probably the best way to set up your business. But for those that aren't, they could be undercutting you on the price. So that's one of the ways you can look for things on a free way. And obviously, if you've got ideas of different categories and niches to go into, just type in the search bar, look at the BSR, kind of get an idea on things from there. And that's a good way to get the gist of the platform and what kind of products you might be able to sell. Now, another thing you can do is you can kind of go through, like say you've got a garlic press and while they might have good reviews, there is pretty limited A+ content here. So if you're looking at the listing itself, the listings aren't that good, which is pretty hard to find these days. I mean, this does look like it's using a lot of the characters, but the A+ content itself is not very great. It's not very talkative about. I mean, you've got here about specific things, but it's just not nice to look at, right? As a consumer, you're just seeing a couple of photos, a couple of paragraphs. You want to go to something that really stands out to you on the screen, and this doesn't really have that. So if you find that in a niche that the reviews are quite reasonable, there's like listings are just not up to scratch. That's when you could see a potential way to move in. Like, for example, they've got videos here, and I'll admit this is actually pretty good video, kind of demo of the product. So yeah, this is all the sort of things you want to look at. You want to kind of dig deep into the listings, see where there's potential for you to outdo them and for your product to be better. Also, you want to look at, go into the reviews themselves. So you can go into the reviews, always go for, the 1 or 2 stars. See what people are saying. Yep, so that's snapped. So maybe you want to have a better quality product. So people are saying that the quality itself, when you squeeze the garlic, it's snapping, it's not lasting. So perhaps what you want to be doing is buying something that has more durability. It's not going to snap. It's maybe a different kind of metal. This might be more of a plastic. So these are things that you want to take into consideration. Look into competitor listings. Look at the products. Look at the bad reviews. Look at the good ones. See what you can do in terms of a product. When you actually go to ordering these samples, you can actually look for these particular things. And this will help you choose the right product and dominate this kind of niche. Now, for people that have Helium 10, Jungle Scouts, etc., this is where you can kind of have a bit more of an advantage. So you can kind of go here and use stuff like Jungle Scout. So Jungle Scout can kind of give you an idea on the sales volume for the niche. So I'm not 100% how accurate this is. It gives a pretty rough idea, and I'd take kind of all this data as a grain of salt. It's all calculated based on the BSR, the niche, the category, kind of the volume going through. But in terms of tools and what we have, when you're starting out, you're quite limited on what you can do. So having some data like this is better than nothing. So using a tool like Helium 10, Jungle Scouts, or even data dive tools, they can kind of give you an idea on keyword volume on the platform, and then that can help you make an informed decision. So definitely look at what options are out there and see what works best for you. So yeah, use these platforms, have a look at the monthly sales numbers, see if it's quite workable, and if, for example, this is a good volume for you, say 3,700 for a product that is worth, they've got price, $598. That's not going to work. Like, even though they're making £22,000 a month, the profit's not going to be there. Like, there's, maybe you make £1 a month. So a pound times 120 units a day, that's not much, and like for a product of this size, when it take into account VAT, shipping, all of that, there's not going to be much left. So, take this all into account and see what kind of works best for you. And lastly, what you want to look at in particular is the branding side. So obviously we spoke about the A+ content, the storefronts, and things where somebody can do better. If you kind of go on the storefront here, they've got videos, etc. Okay, this is very it's not the storefronts. Clearly, this is if you find that a lot of people don't have storefronts, that's a pretty good sign. That's kind of where you can compete. I have a feeling this will have a storefront yet. So what you want to do is look at, okay, if you're going to sell a garlic press, what is the next product? How can you trademark that? So, for example, Oliver's Kitchen, they have a product like the garlic press, and they were able to expand into kitchen trays, kitchen tongs, cheese graters, etc. Lots of different products, lots of different ideas here, and they can put it under one trademark. You have to be able to trademark that brand, because otherwise you're not going to get access to brand analytics. People are going to try and take your buy box. So there's a lot of things to consider here. So there's a few things. First of all, the importance of having the brand and being able to expand the brand, and also all this stuff that the brand itself comes with. So you want to be taking this into account, and I think this is probably one of the most important things that we've spoke about, is how you can scale the brand and what you can do in terms of this. So if you have any questions or anything, definitely leave a comment under this video. I'd definitely be interested in helping any of you out. But this is Brandon from Kickstart, and have a nice day.